Welcome to this week's G.I. Joe toy review, where this week we will be um, reviewing our second ninja for this year's Ninja Month, Nunchuck. So before we get to Nunchuck, we are going to do our shout outs of the week. First, at Back to the Media at 48 South Loudon Street here in lovely Winchester, Virginia, where you can get all your video game consoles going all the way back to the Atari, all the way up to current systems, and all kinds of games for each console, as well as all forms of media like CDs, DVDs, records. You name it, they got it. And for those who are looking for toys and collectibles, may I suggest going to 115 South Loudon Street to Back to the Media, where you can get all kinds of media and things of that sort, or all sorts of toys and collectibles, such as G.I. Joe, the Transformers, the He-Man, WWE, AEW figures, at all points in between, Thundercats, you name it, they got it. TMNT stuff, they got it all there. Unfortunately, I got this guy off of eBay, so I can't shout out Time Travelers for selling me Nunchuck, but it's all cool, but that's my eBay shout out. So, if you're looking for comic books, may I suggest going to Time Traveler Toys and Collected, or going to 48. No, hang on. Going to 80 Weems Lane for all your comic book needs at Four Color Fantasies, where you get IDW, DC, and Marvel comic books. So definitely go ahead and check them out. And while you're there, if you're hungry and you're looking for some good Jamaican food, may I suggest going over to Tropical Islands on Piccadilly Street, right across from the library, and seeing Lloyd and his wonderful staff and get all your Jamaican food met there. Definitely go ahead and check them out. And definitely check Lloyd and his wonderful staff out in Tropical Islands and get some good Jamaican food. But if you're looking for a bank to go to, may I suggest Bank of Clark or United Bank. Both of them are good banks. Both of them have great customer service and banking knowledge. So definitely check them out. Cobra Island is a proud supporter of mental health awareness. So may I go ahead and suggest going to 133 West Boscawen Street, Suite number 10, to Healing Grace Counseling Services and seeing Rob Brown. And if Rob doesn't have what you're looking for, may I suggest Northwestern Community Services, where you get psychiatry and case management, peer group, anything you need. They even have a pharmacy there, Genoa. So I shout out Genoa right along with them, with Northwestern. So go ahead and check them out. And if you're looking for renter's insurance, homeowner's insurance, car, bike, motorboat insurance, may I suggest State Farm. And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, so definitely check them out. And if you call them, you might talk to Jake. Hey, it'd be a cool thing if you did. And after leaving State Farm, may I suggest going to Sheets, so you can get your belly full. After you get your car insured, you can go over there and get your belly full and gas in your gas tank. At Sheets, we can get great made-to-order food like sliders and hamburgers, hot dogs, subs, and get some good chips and snacks and whatnot. So go ahead and check out Sheets. Why the Sheets not? So here we are with Nunchuck. Let's start out with his file card, where it says Ninja Commando, codename Nunchuck. File name, Baducci Ralph. Ralph Baducci. Kind of almost similar to Karate Kid, but hey, it's not the same. Primary military specialty, self-defense instructor. Secondary military specialty, martial arts weapons expert. Birthplace, Brooklyn, New York. Good place for an Italian to be born is in New York, Brooklyn. And his grade is an E5. Nunchuck studied mystic fighting forms at the school of a mysterious blind master in Denver, Colorado. Driven by the need to perfect his form, he moved to San Francisco and enrolled in a martial arts school where his distinctive style caught the eye of the Sensei Storm Shadow. There he was personally trained to specialize in Nunchuck attack styles, utilizing the terrifying form known as the Samurai Smash. The U.S. military prepares its soldiers to defend themselves against the enemy with tough training that makes them strong, fast, and unflinching in the face of danger. Nunchuck has prepared the G.I. Joe team to defend themselves against enemies who may use the martial arts in close quarters combat. While the team be uninterested in the more mystical aspects, they are enthusiastic about the techniques that give them powerful ways to defend themselves in hand-to-hand combat. Quote at the bottom, you take the 3 on the left, I'll deal with the other 17. So that was probably a quote from Nunchuck. But as you can see on this file card, there's Nunchuck and there's the G.I. Joe logo. So it's to say a lot about Nunchuck, where he was studied under the Blind Master and then trained under Storm Shadow, as the comic book calls him, the Young Master. But before we get to Nunchuck, let's look at his accessories, starting with the figure stand, upraised Cobra logo, G.I. Joe, or codename Nunchuck, G.I. Joe logo upraised. And then he does come with, starting with his facial gear. This is his mask with it's made out of a soft rubbery plastic. So it's pretty loose fitting and it fits pretty well and snugly on his head. He comes with a backpack with 2 sleeves. Very small backpack. He's got a satchel, or not a satchel, but a bandolier. And this little pouch thingy looks like he's got 3 little daggers in it, which actually hooks to the bandolier. He comes with my favorite ninja weapon of all time. He comes with a pair of, well, that's not it. He comes with a pair of sai. And yes, I said it right. It is sai. It ain't size with an S at the end, because plural, it's just sai. He comes with a little ninja sword with a green handle. He comes with a katana with the green handle. And what would a ninja named Nunchuck do without a pair of nunchucku? But I think it would have been cooler if they would have had him name as Nunchucku, which is the same name of the weapon. But we still call it Nunchuck, so technically it's still named after the Nunchucku. But let's take a look at Nunchuck, with a black balaclava mask. Now, the vintage version, if you watch Forum BX257, Hooded Cobra Commander 788, you will see that the mask is not removable on the vintage figure where it is on the modern. And Sanitarium Productions does also review this particular version. But he's got his green camo gi, black belt with black boots, black gloves, and armbands or arm wrappings. All the way around. Pretty cool looking figure. His head does rotate 360 all the way around. His arm raises to about there. It can rotate the 360 all the way around. He can bend at the elbow. He can rotate at the elbow. It's a little tight on this figure, but it's still there. And he can rotate at the wrist. Unfortunately, he doesn't bend at the wrist on this arm, but this hand, he does have wrist articulation. He does have the ab crunch feature, which you can predominantly see and utilize, which is cool. A lot of figures have a lot of web gear on, so they can't utilize the ab crunch as far as it make it turn. Typical T-hook at the waist, where he can do almost a complete split. His leg can kick up to about here. Double bend at the knee. you can bend at the ankle as well as twist at the ankle. You know, one question I've always got is why do the modern era figures, even the vintage figures, give the G.I. Joe ninjas boots? But then you got guys like Night Creeper Leader for Cobra with the sandal foot thingy gear thingy. You know, but that's always one question I've always wondered. So let's take a look at Nunchuck all geared up. So here is Mr. Nunchuck all geared up, ready to fight in combat. Got all his accessories on him. Now I like it when a ninja can carry all his accessories, you know. But the color scheme I think lacks because this is not your typical ninja gi, but it still works for a military-based ninja, if that's even a thing. But it is what it is. This is a good-looking figure in my opinion, though. I mean, I like the color scheme. I just don't think it works good for a ninja. But this is Nunchuck, and G.I. Joe is a military-based toy line. So it really doesn't have to be military accurate, in my opinion. But, be as closely based on military style as you can. But a ninja is not really a military thing. But, martial arts can be, because, every soldier needs to know how to defend himself very well in battle and war. So, I mean, does tend to work. This is like I said, this is a cool figure. They didn't really get a chance to do too much into exploring Ninja Force due to it came out in 1992 and the vintage G.I. Joe line from 82 to 94 ended in 94. So you got 2 years to work with this guy. But so you really couldn't establish a really, really, really good character base for him. And plus, the Ninja Force thing wasn't too big in the comic book or the cartoon. But for whatever the reason was. But I still think they could have enhanced each character, give each character a personality instead of a one-off. Here I am, boom, I'm dead, or I'm not even relevant anymore. But this is a good-looking figure. I like Nunchuck. I'm glad to have him in my collection. Glad to have the Ninja Force in my collection. But it's pretty cool. G.I. Joe had more Ninja Force members than Cobra did, but that's irrelevant beside the point. But I'm glad to have this guy. I'm glad to be doing an ugly ass Ninja Force or Ninja Month. But tune in next week for another classic G.I. Joe Ninja and from the 90s. So this is like the 90s Ninja Month. So tune in next week for that and see you in the next one. And now you know, and knowing is head to battle. Peace.